Hello, I'm Natalie Dormer, and this is 21st century London. London's rich history can be traced back 2,000 years, but there was one significant event that took place 500 years ago that led to the transformation of England and the world we live in today. Henry VIII was crowned King of England. To celebrate the 500th anniversary of Henry's coronation, Britain put out all the stops with special events and exhibitions around a king who transformed England to one of the most powerful nations in Europe. So come with me and let's take a look.
It is my duty to escort you to the Tower.
Here we are at the infamous Tower of London. Primarily a tourist attraction today, the Tower of London dates back to 1078, when William the Conqueror started building the White Tower behind me. The primary functions of the tower were as a fortress, a royal palace, and a prison, particularly for high-profile prisoners such as Henry VIII's second wife, Anne Boleyn, and his fifth wife, Katherine Howard, who were both executed on Tower Green. So it is here that we fittingly will find an exhibition called Henry VIII, Dressed to Kill. Joining me is Bridget Clifford, Curator of Royal Armouries at the Tower of London. So Bridget, to start at the beginning, far from the overweight, monstrous Henry that people commonly think of, here we have a very thin, virile, athletic young man. How old is Henry when he's wearing this?
He's in his early 20s, probably about 23. And he would wear it for the tournament, and he would have been riding against another opponent, similarly armed, both of them equipped with a lance, and the idea was to shatter the lance on your opponent.
It's quite a dangerous sport, really, isn't it?
It is, yes. In an age before antibiotics, splintering pieces of wood coming at you can be very dangerous.
Were there any accidents with Henry?
Yes. We know two major ones that he had. One where he forgot to put his visor down.
The king's forgotten his visor.
He was also knocked from his horse and was unconscious for a number of hours. We also think that he had a leg injury, which possibly was a sporting injury, and that leg injury is what goes on to incapacitate him as he gets older.
What in the name of God?
So, what do we have here?
We have the armour for the foot combat, and this is what Henry thought that he was going to take to the field of the cloth of gold and compete in.
And famously wrestled an equal, Francis I. Is that accurate? Did that actually happen?
Yes. If you wrestle, somebody is going to come out on top. Henry was supremely confident it would be him. Unfortunately, it wasn't. But then, of course, you can accuse the other side of cheating afterwards.
Oh, the French definitely cheated.
I always knew it wasn't my fault.
This is deadly, true warfare we have in front of us.
Absolutely, this is cutting-edge technology. Gunpowder's been around for a while, but now this is coming into what we recognise as guns, and Henry's very interested in their development.
We shall be invincible. How could the French withstand us?
Post-Reformation, Henry's dealing with the Pope, encouraging the Catholic powers of France and Spain to invade England.
Henry's crimes against us and against our faith are too profound to forgive.
So this sort of technology is very much on Henry's mind, presumably.
He's looking into what can be done. He's open to suggestions, and he's prepared to back them and see where it's going.
You will find guns and ordnance at Hungerford, but don't tarry there.
I will do all your Majesty commands and more.
It's hard to believe that this suit of armour belonged to the same man who wore the first suit of armour that we saw today.
Henry certainly put on the pounds in this one. From the front, you still have the illusion of the young man. He's still quite a good shape. But it's when you go around the side and the back and you suddenly realise that His Majesty is indeed greater than he was.
So the great thing about this suit is it comes with accessories.
Simply by bolting on the additional pieces, Henry can go to the joust, he can go to the battlefield in this armour.
For England!
So what date is this particular piece?
Well, we're fortunate, every curator's dream, that the artist actually incorporated the date in the decoration, so it's 1540. And at that point, I think Henry's life is taking a change.
Who's that girl?
That is Catherine Howard.
So it's a renaissance in energy. He's feeling young again.
He is truly becoming a Renaissance king now, rather than prince this time, yes.
I feel almost like a new man, Charles.
You are very fortunate.